Good morning. So most of my thinking cap stuff is done while I clean my barn. So I decided, despite what I look like, I'm going to talk to you guys about a program that I'm hoping to create. And today I'm going to do my first effort at it with two of my current students. One of the things I run into the most when working with horses and their humans is the relationship difference between me and your horse and you and your horse, and how there's so much of almost like a language barrier that it's tough to be effective in this, like, I guess, training effort. Because when, like, I had a situation last weekend where two horses behaved completely differently for their owners and undesirably. One horse was like I don't know, like almost self-mutilating. Like, she was biting herself. She was having a really hard time. She was like almost, I don't know, she's not EPM, she's not unaware of where her feet are, but she was almost so distracted that she was like swinging her legs around, she's trying to bite herself. And she's having kind of this weird anxiety attack or meltdown of some sort. But as soon as I had a hold of the horse, it went away. Like, instantly, like flip a switch. So I can't address this anxiety attack or this thing that's happening to this horse with this horse without, I can't address it because I can't recreate it. And, honestly, who wants to recreate something that seems very stressful to a horse? I mean, I'm not looking to recreate it. But every time I had the horse in my hand, if I had a hold of the rope, the horse did not do that. And as soon as the rope was handed back, the horse immediately began doing it again. And the only thing I can say was happening was there's a different relationship between myself and your horse, and there's always been a different relationship. But part of why it's a different relationship is where I'm really going with this, is because my body language is always 100% clear. There is always a specific intention in my body language. My body language says what I'm trying to say. I'm not just saying it with my words, and I'm not just saying it with a swinging rope. I'm saying it with my body, and then I'm supporting what my body is saying by swinging the rope or by using my words. Okay? A lot of times when I work with a horse and they're human, I use words that I actually wouldn't use if it was just me and the horse, because I actually don't use as many words. But if I'm doing a video or I'm working with a person, I'm obviously going to express out loud what I'm asking the horse to do. So it seems though I use a lot of words. And in fact, somebody even asked me one day or pointed out to me one day that I talk a lot to the horse and that her trainer told her she shouldn't do that. I would imagine that's probably applicable in like dressage with a dressage trainer, because I'm, that's such a, golf tournament kind of sport where, it's a very quiet sport. From what I've seen, I don't know enough about dressage, so please don't jump me for not knowing what I'm talking about. However, the only reason that I do any talking is actually for the benefit of the person listening, whether you're listening because you're in my presence or you're listening on a video. So just kind of, if that was ever something somebody wanted to know the answer to, why do I talk so much with the horse when, otherwise they wouldn't imagine that much talking would be necessary or desirable. It's really for the human, has nothing to do with the horse. My body language is doing everything. My words really have nothing to do with it. If I use words, they're in support of what my body language should have already told the horse. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to create a program that helps people identify the energy they need to be able to impress on their horse and use it. So like today I'm going to use a mother-daughter. Okay, and I think that's probably going to be a pretty good example, is mother-daughter situation. Because the mother will be able to, what I explained to them yesterday is how we're going to do this, is you have to almost become an actor. And a lot of really good actors will tell you that they come into character, right? They actually visualize being that character under that circumstance, with that stress, with that experience, with that joy, with that, right? They try to channel as if that experience is truly happening to them. And I'm like, it's really kind of the same thing. So what I'm looking forward to using a mother-daughter is because some of the stuff that I do with horses involves being the leader. Now, a lot of times people hear the word leader and they think, rough them up, yank on a chain on their nose and show them who's boss. That's not a good leader. That's an abuser, quite frankly. But a good leader is somebody who's very clear, has instructions, and has the ability to explain why. So if I need my horse to go over there and I need him to understand that because it would be more comfortable for you to do what I said, I have the ability to explain that to my horse. If I'm just yanking on my horse for the sake of yanking on my horse, I am not explaining anything to him. I'm just being a jerk. But anyway, so like we'll get off of that subject for a second. So by using a mother-daughter, I think it's going to be helpful to be able to help the mother specifically. It will be easy to help the daughter too, but help the mother specifically channel a look of enough of that, right? Because as a parent, have you ever had your child like tapping their fork on the table or something, and you've either through lack of wanting to be embarrassed because you're in a public place, or you're just in a bad mood, or well, it's just bad manners for your child to be slapping a fork on the table. But you can feel what it feels like to be like, knock it off, right? That you've had enough. They didn't stop doing it on their own, so now you have to be disciplinary in a non-physical way. And that's the point. I'm trying to help people learn how to use their disciplinarian energy without being physical. So like if I need a horse to get back, I might be like, right? I become a cat in the grass, and I become I create a scowl on my face, like an anger across my face, to be like, I need you to move. If my horses are being unruly, I might shoot a look at them, and you'll see the expression on my horse's face will be like, yes, I'm sorry. I only have to look at them to create a apology from my horse, right? I don't need to hurt my horse. I don't need to abuse my horse. I don't need to yank on my horse. I don't need to hit my horse. I don't need to scream at my horse. I can simply just be like, my horse be like, whoa, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that, or I'll stop, or whatever. So my goal now is to create a program that can help people find a way to grab known energy. Like what it feels like when your kid has finally just pushed your last button. And as a child, that's why I think using a mother-daughter is going to be great, because as a child, you also know what it feels like to be accused of something you didn't do. You know what it feels like to feel like you're, especially a teenager, to feel like you're being treated unfair, right? To be able to find how to use even that energy, or that anger energy of the child who was just sent to their room, even though they're not the ones that spilled the milk or left the milk carton on the counter. There's got to be a way, and that's my goal. My goal is, how can I help people find the energy they need to communicate with horses and eliminate all physical discipline? Have I ever had to smack a horse on the butt? Sure. You know, my horse spun around and showed me his tail for some reason, or my horse was so busy being wrestling around, not minding his own business, wrestling around with another horse, and I got in the way. Sure, I've had to, swat a butt out of the way. Have I ever physically abused my horse? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Have I ever gotten big enough that I can be scary to my horse? Absolutely. Have I ever made my energy so big that my horse was just like, oh my God? Absolutely. The other horse that I dealt with this past weekend was a horse who, I'm going to have to say, horses, they don't lie. They have no reason to lie. They have no reason to keep your secrets. So he definitely has had a background of being hit. He's very afraid of being hit, but he's also very angry about the idea that somebody would threaten to hit him. So he is defensive. And even at some points, offensive. So he'll skirt away when he sees the rope swinging. He'll skirt away like he's expecting to get hit. Or he'll skirt away and then come and be like, oh yeah, I can't believe you actually thought you were going to do that to me. Or he'll see the rope and automatically be like, I dare you, right? And he went so far as to charge, which he told us like 3 or 4 times before he did it. So I was able to tell the owner what we needed to do when he thought to actually act on that suggestion, because he was suggesting he's going to do that. It's not something we could have avoided him doing, because to not be able to swing a rope around a horse and risk getting charged is unacceptable. Like, you have to be able to swing a rope around your horse. You have to. It could be accidental. You could be gathering your things and a rope flips around, whatever. You have to be able to have things moving around your horse and not have your horse automatically want to attack you. So like my approach with that horse this weekend is going to be, let's do some desensitizing. Let's get him so he's not believing that every time he sees a rope swinging that he's going to get nailed with it, or whatever his perception is. And let's get to where he believes that your energy to respond to, where he believes that he is going to get a fair deal. And the fair deal is he's going to get an opportunity. He's going to get the chance to respond to your energy before he has to worry about you being physical. He's just worried about the physical repercussions of being alive. Honestly, he doesn't even, that's why he's so defensive. He doesn't even know what he's being reprimanded for, or what, I should say, I'm not saying it's current. I'm saying it happened in his life. Okay, like I said, he has no reason to lie. Horses tell us stuff, and I can try to be as delicate as I can to the owner and be like, wow, he just seems like he's a little afraid of being hit. No, this horse has been hit, and that's why he's acting like that. Doesn't mean you hit him. It doesn't necessarily mean your former trainer hit him. You got him at a certain age. Maybe whoever had him before you ever had him hit him. Who knows? I don't know who hit him, but he's not lying. You know what I mean? Somebody hit him, and he's afraid of being hit. And he is ready to hurt anybody who thinks they have the balls to try to hit him again. And that's just whatever. Now I want to explain to him that you're going to get a better deal. And the better deal is nobody's going to hit you, because you're going to get a chance to respond to a communication. Okay, I'm not getting anything done. I'm going to let everybody know how that goes. I think the mother-daughter thing is going to be pretty successful today. I'm really hoping that we together as a group can kind of determine whether or not it's something that they think is valuable, and how to, I'm going to kind of collaborate, brainstorm with them and see if they think there's anything that I should help them with, anything, because I'm at a loss. Just teaching people how to wiggle a rope, just teaching people the words you need to have intention is not helping. I'm not successful at teaching people how to find communication energy, and it's killing me. Like, so I want to do something to figure out a way to teach people. You know, if you listen to any clinician, one of the first things they say, especially if they're like doing a demonstration, almost every clinician I've ever watched do a demonstration has said it's so hard to teach feel. And they don't even always mean like feel for the horse, or feel on a rope. They don't always mean like a physical feel. It's hard to teach how to feel for the horse, how to feel of the horse, how to make the horse feel for and of you. That's the feel that they're talking about. It's so, at times I thought, I'm onto something. And then, like I tell people, like when you're telling them to back up, you want them to feel like you're a cat in the tall grass. Like I try to come up with analogies. Like your body, like if I'm just standing here hanging out with my horse should feel comfortable just standing hanging out. There's nothing that he should suddenly be, paying attention to. Should my horse always be with me, ready to be at attention? Absolutely. But if I am just standing here chit-chatting, it's fine. My horse could just stand there or graze or whatever. But if I suddenly elevate my body, if I use my energy to now straighten my body, my horse should then straighten up himself. If I turn to my horse and go like this, my horse should be like, right? Automatically, my horse should respond to me going, and my body just said, I'm going to come for you in kind of a predatorial way. Teaching somebody how to make that feel, like how to teach somebody how to project that feeling, how to have somebody. So I'm hoping by having two people that I'm going to be able to have that other person be the feedback. Like that other person can say, oh yeah, no, that made me feel like I should get out of your space, right? That definitely made me feel like, oh, yep, okay. Or, if the response to maybe poor behavior, like I might put them in a situation where like one of them acts naughty, and then helping them conjure up like that energy that would project to the horse. Like I said, if my horse is being bad, I just have to go like this. And my horse, have you ever seen like a cat is a good example. Like you're petting a cat and it's just purring, and then all of a sudden it flattens its ears and, almost like ducks. And then, like I need to find a way to help people relate to what they've experienced. Like if you've ever had a cat do that to you, I just triggered a memory that you can remember what it felt like to have that cat turn. Like go from to, or sorry, I know that's entertainment value. Or not really a dog, because a dog either they're whatever, but or to like have a parent where you finally just push that final button and you knew, like my mom just would raise one eyebrow and we knew shape up or this isn't going to go well. That's the goal, is to have that thing that your parent, like my dad, when he was really mad, he bit his bottom lip. Like having your horse know your tells, right? Having your horse know when enough is enough. And then being able to use that when it's necessary. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. Damn it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm so determined to be like like that whole mindfulness thing, where you find your peace. I'm going to have people learning how to find their anger, how to find their effective projective energy. I guess that's maybe that, I don't know, find a way to play with that in words and make that the name of the class, like finding effective projective energy. All right. Hopefully I'll be successful today.